we have the top, our top or shirt, and we are going to add a bow. So the draping of Valentino bow is a bit complicated. However, even with this sample, you can actually add more simple version of a bow, and I will quickly show this. So, for example, you can take a piece of fabric, rectangle. You can make a double stitched around, or just fold 1 centimeter down, and just add this to your top. So this is very simple, and basically everyone can try this themselves. So you need to just arrange the drapes nicely here, right? And just nicely arranged. You need to work with gathers. Gathers, for example, yeah, you can hand stitch beforehand. Yes, something like that. You can experiment with the bow, so you can make it looking like a butterfly. So instead of rectangle, use a butterfly shape. Yes, just wider here, and then enough gathers to make nice drapes here, right? Another version. So, and then you just simply hand stitch, you know, to the bottom part, to the right side, and this will be covered. So it also requires some stitching to keep it in place, right? Or what else you can do? Just fold, 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 like this. Add on one side only. Yes, just make something asymmetrical. Just quickly show. Yes. So can add this. So basically a lot of things to experiment. It's very easy. You just insert the piece of fabric gathered in the middle into this twisted part here. But this is this is not our task for today. So we are going to make Valentino bow. So we are going to use a piece of fabric, kind of square, so 50 lengths, approximately 50 lengths. I evaluated the size of the bow already, so I give you the measurements. 40 widths on cross grain, 50 lengths. So, and we are now trying to place, looking at the design, looking at the picture, we are trying to place this part, this piece onto the top. So what I'm going to do, so the bow has interesting construction. So it has the folded part, which is going to be connected with the center front. So it's hanging on top of the shirt, of course. So, and it has a corner here, and then it goes, it folds, and it goes into the below the bow into the armhole. So, and this is how we start. So I need to see where we will have this corner happening. So a little bit down the waist. something like that, and then I simply connect with the center front, not with this fold, right? Not with the left side of the top. Looking at the center, yes, I'm connecting like this. Just temporary pins, yeah, to be able to understand. So as I said, from this one we are going to cut the bow, so we don't need this, so we will cut, we will see how much of gathers we need, and this part will go down below the bow, as I said, and will be connected with the armhole here. So let me see. So if we try to make some gathers now, so this will go into the knot. So the size, I think, is fine. Yes, so this will be kind of bow, and we don't need this. This we will cut it away. I will cut till here. And then so far I will cut this. So what will happen here? Let me show. So this all will go into the knot here. Yeah, now I roughly look at what I achieved. So now I will mark the part which goes into the knot here. So I have the fold. So that much, about 10 centimeters, will be staying in gathers. So, and now we have an interesting trick. So we have to cut another piece of fabric for the other side. And before we cut this, we will mark the part for the gathers, basically for the knot. We will mark the fold here, the crease line we make, and here, so I will mark it also on the other side, and I will cut adding, so this is the crease line that is visible to me, and I will step 1 centimeter from this, and I will cut I will add seam allowance. So 1 centimeter seam allowance from the crease line, which is actually identifying the center front. right? So now I will remove this piece from the dress form and will cut exactly identical piece. And then I will stitch two pieces together on the crease line. I cut two identical pieces and stitched here till the marking, right? So with 1 centimeter similar sleeve you don't see in white, so it's here in black color. And now we have basically the bow. I will open it now, and we have these two pieces, right? And now I will insert the bow into the knot. So bringing my stitching under the knot here, and I will try to hide it as well. So basically later on, when you start making the garment, this stitching line must be actually opened, iron opened, press opened. So we don't need extra bulky things in the knot. So, and now we'll see what's happening. So we have basically achieved what was made. So I will imitate a seam here a little bit. Yes, you can try. So we will see the widths later. So we will now look at the bow that we create. So, and what's important here, it's important to arrange nicely. And basically this you can do on the table beforehand. So this 10 centimeters or 12 centimeters of the stitching, you may work on this part, make folds just on the table to make them just looking nice. Or you can even make gathers additionally. So now it's a matter to arrange the bow, right? Looking nice. So, and something like that. And then what is going to happen here? Underneath. So I will pin the corner here, and what's happening underneath, all this will go into the armhole. So it will be connected here. So whatever will be the solution for the armhole, whether you have facing or you have the lining, so you will stitch it into the seam here together with lining or facing, for example. do the same on the other side. So you can move if you want to have it less hanging, so you can still move further into the armhole. So something like that. So we finish one side. I arranged the drapes nicer here, and also finished. So I fold on the other side. I inserted the bottom piece into the armhole, right? So, and actually, it is not necessary that the right side and left side of this part is equal. So they might be different, not symmetrical pieces. Also because if we try to hide the seam under the knot, you see this size will be smaller, right, than this one. So you can trim if you want. Otherwise, I mean, in my case, it looks fine, and the difference is not visible. And I think we achieved already what we were going to achieve. So we made a Valentino bow top with not so much of efforts, and I guess everybody can try this if you like the design of Valentino 2018 collection. What I must say here, so he was using a silk fabric, maybe medium weight, so the bow was double. So now I have one layer, the bow was double. So imagine that you have the stitching line here. You have to do it nicely and hide, because it will have 4 layers here in the stitching. So, and depending on the fabric, you may with a thinner fabric you may have more space for the gathers. So instead of 10 centimeters, in my case I had, you may make them more, up to 12, 15, right? So then you have a lot of gathers here, maybe looking nicer. So still some possibility to experiment and try something different.